My name is Margaret McGee. I'm a member of the Indivisible board here in Manhattan, and I'm also the Episcopal priest here in town.
Awesome, thank you.
I am Philip Nell. I am also a member of the Indivisible board here in Manhattan. I am not a priest here in town. I am a professor here in town, and that is what I would say. But I am acting independently of that. The university does not endorse these activities, so.
As am I, really. This is something I'm doing as a citizen,
Right.
and not as the rector of my church.
Right.
So, do you guys know what the First Amendment is?
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech,
And
freedom
assembly.
of assembly, freedom
Yeah.
of the press, freedom of religion. Yeah, a few important things.
Yeah. There's a reason it's first, I would say.
Yes, yes.
That's why it's first and not second.
Yes.
Yeah. It means that you can speak up, speak out without fear of reprisal from your government, is what it means to me. It means that subjects of inquiry should be open, that we should not close off subjects of inquiry due to some kind of political litmus test.
I would say the First Amendment is, among other things, what gives us the right to do what we just did here today and what we're doing here today, which is protesting. And it's important because the things we're saying are important things. It's kind of use it or lose it.
Yeah.
Important that we do this. So that one thing that inspires me a little bit about the protests here is that our risk is a little bit lower
Yeah.
than people in Chicago or Portland or New York or Boston or DC. And so the folks here are doing this because they care. And we could choose to sit this out here, and people in Kansas, except for people who are particularly vulnerable, would probably be okay. But we're not doing that, and I find that inspiring too.
This is the time to use your speech.
Yeah.
The time to fight an autocratic breakthrough is now, not once the autocrats have consolidated power. So now is the moment
Yes.
to speak up and to speak out. It will not get easier, it will get harder.
I think courage is particularly important in a time like this, and lots and lots of people are speaking up. And so we need to too. And I think it becomes safer the more people there are. That's also true. And yes, there is some risk, but it's a risk worth taking.
Yeah, I mean, to that I would add that vulnerability and risk are not evenly distributed
Yes.
in society, in the world. And so I understand if some people are less inclined to put themselves at risk than others. Whatever you're capable of contributing is a contribution. It matters. It's important. So that's what I would say.
And I would say also that those of us who are less vulnerable, I would encourage those who are less vulnerable to take that chance.
Yep.
Those who are more vulnerable, by all means, take care of yourselves.
Yes, there are people who have power, there are people who are living comfortably, there are people who are not affected by the attack on all of the functions of the government. For them, silence is a privilege. But there are people who are vulnerable, who are choosing to stay silent to protect themselves, their children, their family. That's different. That's not privilege. That's strategy. So silence can be privilege, but it can also be a strategy for the vulnerable to keep themselves and their loved ones safe. So that's what I would say.
I don't think there actually are that many situations in which silence is a privilege. I think sitting it out, not realizing that it's important, is a privilege. But a lot of people are silent out of fear,
Yep.
well-grounded or not, but out
Yep.
of fear. And that's not exact. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So I would say more that sitting it out is a privilege. So maybe that
Yeah,
right to assemble in the First Amendment rather than the right to speak. Before I was a priest, I was a lawyer, and I did take an oath to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. And as a priest, I took an oath to protect the most vulnerable people among us. And those two things have the same requirement right now. So that's why I'm here.
Behind us right now, the good people of not only Manhattan, Kansas, but of surrounding communities are raising their voices in support of democracy and against tyranny. We are building the muscle that we need for that 3.5% of the population that, as Eric Chenoweth has shown, when they engage in nonviolent, sustained resistance, can topple a regime.
And I would say also we're hearing some of the people who can't be on the street with us also participating by driving by and honking their
Yes.
support.
And other people playing music.
Other people playing music.
You know?
All of this stuff counts.
Yes, standing up for democracy is community.
Yes.
It is joyful. It is nourishing. That is my invitation to others. If you feel afraid, if you feel alone, you are not alone. And community sustains us. I'll tell you what you're seeing behind you. You are seeing the best in this community. That's what you're seeing behind you. You are seeing the patriots in this community. That's what you're seeing. How about that?
Sounds
It's a good answer.
It's a good answer.